We're live, and we've got our full Myriad Song crew with us today. I'm Eli, and I'll be the GM today for my first time in a Myriad Song. Let's go, I guess, kind of clockwise. We'll starting with Ractus. Want to introduce yourself and what you're playing and what your character's goals are, and we'll go around, introduce yourself and your character.
All right, I am Jai Min, Underworld Pharaoh's conductor. Personality stoic. My motto is, "Can't you hear the music?" And I have the goal to obtain a starship.
All right, and looks like on the overlay, Rafferty, you're up next.
Unmuted. Hello, I'm Norman Rafferty. Today I'm playing Uzrulapedu Dubusum. You can just call me Ezreal. Everyone does. And I'm a human. Specifically, I'm a human mercenary. And my motto is, never kill for free. And my personal goal is, get a big score.
Awesome. And then next up we got Griff.
Hey, I'm Griffin, and today I'm playing Mytherlin, a Lampier agitator. They are a liberator with the motto, "Down with our oppressors," and their goal is to fight an authority.
All right, and our new player that's joining us this week is... Lunella, you're next.
Okay. I'm Lunella. I'm playing Mimsy Mad-Eye, a Rax assassin from the Derelict Legacy. Yeah. Oh, and my personal goal is to steal very fancy loot.
And then we have next up our newest player in Arcloid.
Hello world, my name is Arcloid. I'm going to be playing the Pharaoh Benfrey, the Drudon Ogre mercenary, who has the goal of graduating. She wants to basically pass this test and become a new member of a mercenary company.
All right. And by the way, Rafferty, I believe I uploaded a character sheet and tied your that token you created to it.
Hooray!
I don't know if I spelled Ezreal correctly, but you should be able to modify that, and that way you can just drag that guy out whenever you want to.
Oh, okay. I don't think I can put a token on the battlefield, right?
You should be able to. You should just be able to drag your name, and it should drop you out there.
You did not spell my name correctly.
I did not think I was going to, but you should be able to edit that. And
Roger that.
Well, we do still seem to have a crew full of thieves, mercenaries, and anti-establishmentarianisms. So this is going to be fun.
I fully expected that from all of you. Just bear with me. This is my first time. I think me and Lunella, it will be our first real time playing a Myriad Song. So we got a lot of veterans here.
That's okay. We're all here and happy to answer any questions and make sure this goes smoothly.
So what you're seeing right now on the Roll20 map, that's a picture of one of the Cavalcade ships. This one here, you've all found yourself on this ship, and this ship is named Synchronize Your Dogmas. You guys have all found yourselves on this Cavalcade because you've been invited here by a man named, or not a man, but a Towser named Ronnie the Blue. Each one of you has been invited to meet him at a nightclub called Club Orchid on this ship to discuss an interesting business proposal, as he phrased it. So I guess my first question would be, for each of your characters, are you someone that if this meeting is to take place at say 6 p.m., are you someone that would show up early, late? How would you show up for a meeting, or is there anything you'd like to do beforehand since arriving on this Cavalcade?
Well, this meeting is very important, so Nefaru would come up early.
Okay. All right. So
I'd also show up
try to come early as well.
I'm a professional, so I'm polite, I'm efficient, and I have a plan.
Mimsy's kind of lazy, but things just tend to work out for her, so she'll be like 5 minutes late.
Okay, fair. And what about Jamin?
Oh, I show up exactly on time.
All right. And Dr. Ivan Lisk, is that your character's name, Griffin?
That's my ally who is
That's your
alongside with
ally.
me, an elver scientist, by the way. But Mitherlin, the Lampier,
Oh,
will
Mithril. All
probably
right.
will probably
I should
endeavor
write
to
all
be
this
there
down.
within a minute of the starting time and knows how to not like piss off people in different cultures and when exactly to arrive, you know. But business beforehand, she might be going around the ship and maybe trying to make some friends, i.e., I have the irregulars talent. And I think it's suggested I just roll this at the start and see how many people I'll have for later.
Okay, yeah, let's see that roll.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add cosmopolitan and gossip to this role because I am chatting people up and questioning them and saying, "Are you ready to fight for freedom?" And the answer is we have 3 successes.
All right. Is there a max number, or if you had rolled all 5 of that, or all? Yeah,
I
if you
could
rolled
have
all 5
technically had
successes.
it up to 5.
Okay, so you've got you found 3 people who are willing to fight for freedom. Is there any specific sort of freedom they're trying to fight for, or is it just general freedoms?
Let's go ahead and fill that in once we figure out what our mission's going to actually be, because I'll come back and pick out some people who have some abilities we might want. Like, if we're going to go and shoot up a whole bunch of people, maybe I'm going to pick up the mercenaries.
All right, so you've been kind of grooming the entire ship, chatting people up, and just being generally nice.
I guess the question would be, what's the main kind of species on this? Because that would be the thing that's less inside my control.
Uh, let's see.
Is this a bunch of
Randomly,
humans on this cavalcade, or is it full of spiders?
it's luckily for you, it's actually in full of Lampheres. It's a Lamphere ship, mainly ran by them. So,
All right, so we have some lampiers today, so I'll come back and pick up some friends.
and if you want to, I also could just roll randomly for what all 3 of your mercenaries or your allies could be. I don't mind doing that either.
That's a possibility in the future. If you want to prep that, we can go ahead and do that in the future. But
All right,
I
so
leave that up to you. So let's go. I arrive within a minute.
all right, so for those of you that arrive early, the bar that you find yourself in has a number of it's more of a nightclub, I should say. It's got a number of strobing lights and a light heady fog that appears to be the product of several hookahs that are stationed around the entire bar and are usable by many of the guests. A lot of people can rent time or purchase uh, what sort of drug is inside this hookah. And so the entire area is filled with this multicolored smoke. And there's an eerie hypnotic music being created by a large slug-like creature that's sitting on top of a stage with hollow tentacles that it's using to bonk its own belly, which creates vibrations and fills the air. For those of you that are a little bit early, are you partaking in any of this smoke itself, or are you trying to stay away from it?
Depends on how much it costs.
Just being in this club seems to have almost maybe a secondhand smoke effect on you.
Well, in the interest of camaraderie, I'll go ahead and pay. I'll encourage other mercenaries who showed up early to go ahead and partake of the smoke. It's on me.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Looking around, you're not seeing any blue Tousers, but you do see if you ask around or ask a bartender, you do see that there is a Towser in the corner that has at least identified himself to the barkeep as Ronnie the Red. Ronnie the Blue. He's reddish brown with a green ear. You're not seeing a single bit of blue on him, but that might just be the Towersers' inability to distinguish colors very different from each other. I believe I read that up.
He calls himself Blue because that's the dialogue. So I wait for him to say an incredibly rude and perverted thing.
That too. So, was there anything that you guys that have arrived early? That would be Ezreal and Neferu. I just want to make sure I'm saying that right.
Yes.
Neferu. Okay, Neferu and Ezreal. Is there anything you'd like to, besides partaking in some of these drugs? Is there anything you'd like to do before this
I'm
meeting
not
happens?
partaking. I'm sharing with everybody else. I'm staying sober. I'm here to negotiate.
Very kind of you. All right,
But
so
other than that, I'll make small talk with you guys. Like, so hey, so when you shoot your gun, do you prefer to hold it with the stock in or the stock out? Because I know some people don't like to have the folding stock out because it makes them feel like they're not as macho as when they have it in.
I like my shoulder, and when I fire my railgun, I like to keep the stock out.
and then it's pointed to the side like a true warrior, or
Well, I imagine our weapons are peace bound because we're indoor, or like in a space.
Yes. At the moment they would be peace bound.
Yeah,
And
so
and that's the modification that makes them unable to work, correct?
right. You put a big orange flag on it. You disable the firing pin, and it's a whole craft roll to fix it. Because they recognize that we are mercenaries. Did you get your railgun modified the way you were talking about, Arcaloid?
Oh, it has a bayonet that I paid for out of starting cash and large bore.
I want everyone to picture like that giant gun that you always see in every video game, the rail gun, the one that fires the big curlicues, a huge thing, and he's got a bayonet.
Yep.
I'm wondering if the bayonet is scaled or if it's just this enormous weapon and it's just got a really tiny bayonet, like just a
It's
small
an
knife.
18-foot long medieval pike, but it also has a gun attached to it.
Yeah.
No, I meant the ammo. Did you get the ammo modified?
I couldn't afford that. I just got the regular ammo for a one-shot weapon since, like I said, I got a large bore.
Did you get the gift? Did you get unipolar ranging, or you're just going to lump it?
I have sniper shot.
Sniper shot, but not unipolar ranging. Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
When I get unipolar ranging, I'll lead with that and then go with the rest of the shots.
That's the ability to fire a magnetic weapon like a railgun, and you actually get more accurate the farther away they are, so it's pretty deadly.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So the time for your meeting has slowly crept up, and you can see that what looks like Ronnie the Blue at about the time that the meeting is there, he does perk up, and he looks around and he sees at least those of you that are arriving on time kind of make their way in, and so far we've got Jamin, Mitherlin, Ezreal, and Neferu. It seems like you guys don't know each other yet. Is that fair to assume, or
no? But I probably recognize you guys. Do any of you have Streetwise?
Yes.
I don't.
Okay, well, I'm not a criminal, so I wouldn't recognize you.
And
but I know your types. You're the kind of people who know a dozen ways to kill a man and 100 ways to die.
I know 0 ways to die.
That's a pretty bold claim.
Very bold.
Mitherlin and Jamin, are you bringing your allies with you? Are you bringing Dr. Ivan Lisk?
Yeah, Ivan Lisk is with me. And they'll both sit down together and, wrap arms around each other and sit down at the table.
Okay. And Jamin, you have a synth, I guess, servant or slave? I don't know what you call it.
He's a servant. He serves me. That's what he does.
Is he with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
He carries my itinerary.
The 4 of you are, well, 6 of you are there, minus Mimsy at the moment, and Ronnie the Blue. He perks up. Hello. Please, all have a seat if you don't mind. There's 6 of you. I did not expect your attachés, but there should be one more. Have any of you seen a Rax?
I've seen a couple spiders going around.
Ron's the traditional way, being buoyed on a newspaper. Here you go.
Well, I'm afraid that news that won't be any of help to us, but hopefully she arrives on somewhat soon. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I'm Ronnie the Blue.
Of course.
I think you already know who all we are, but we'll go around the table and introduce our names, I suppose.
It doesn't matter. What's the contract? Tell us what the deal is, and we'll tell you if we're taking it or not.
Yes, straight to business. I have a contract for you, and I'm interested in retrieving an associate of mine who's managed to land himself in a little bit of a sticky wicket, if you don't mind the phrase. But my good friend Lazaro Bombero has unfortunately ran afoul of a little bit of insurance fraud and has landed himself in Panopticon. So I
Wait. I'm sorry to interrupt here. Are you asking us to break into a prison planet?
Well, break in is a little. Those are strong words. He looks around. I'm not asking you to do anything illegal per se. I just need a little bit of assistance. I'm terribly. Those high tech worlds are just so bad for us Towsers, and it would be dangerous to my health to go to Panopticon.
Well, it's a prison planet. They specialize in imprisoning people.
Yes, and it's merely a minor misunderstanding. I just need a little bit of assistance with some of the administrative paperwork. Yes.
Oh yes, paperwork. Exactly. That's why we have a mercenary or two with. Wait, is that a railgun?
At least one.
Yes.
At least one here.
Mimsy, whenever you would like to enter this scene, you can arrive at any point in time.
Okay. So yeah, Mimsy walks in. She's kind of running in on all her legs with all her arms, and she's rushing. I'm late.
The racks usually save money because they'll get the zero gravity decks because they care.
Yes, our final comrade, Mimsy. Welcome. Here, I apologize to have to do introductions again, but I guess here are the rest of the. He goes through and introduces everyone. I was just discussing the contract that I had in mind.
Does he have a physical contract for us to read?
Yeah, sure. He'll produce a contract.
I'll start reading it. What's the deal for the mission? What does you want? Because we're the guns part of Lawyers, Guns, and Money here.
Yeah, he would like you to travel to Panopticon, which coincidentally is the next stop of this cavalcade, which is why he chose it. He wants you to go down to Panopticon and through whatever means that you desire to free Lazaro Bombeo from where he's been imprisoned, and then he has arranged a ship that can pick you up off the planet and take Lazaro to him. He's willing to pay you 6 notes each, 2 up front and 4 when the mission is complete. And that is what he's offering, at least.
I can't help but notice that there's no bonus in the contract for his safe removal.
Well, yes, that would be. We would like him alive, if possible. It would be rather unfortunate if. Well, we need him alive. He's my good friend, as I said before.
So you'd pay us a bonus if we brought him back alive. Otherwise, you'll just pay us, period, if we bring him back at all.
Well, my original intention was that he probably brought back alive. Of course, he's no use to me dead. The contract does say that you will be paid less if, in fact, there will be no after payment if he's brought back dead.
So
Okay.
what's his situation like then? What makes you think this is possible? That you're hiring people out?
10 notes each.
Oh yeah.
This is a maximum. Do you even know where he is? This is a maximum security prison planet. This is a planet that's devoted to prisoning people. It's uninhabitable otherwise.
And we're being offered 10 candy bars each.
Mimsy should like more money.
Usually people are held on Panopticon because other people are footing the bill to have them paid there, usually as some sort of, like, ransom. Like, it started when the aristocrats were, like, you know, arresting each other, and it rose up as, like, a neutral party to go up there. So I'm guessing that if this guy's there and alive, like, not dead, he's being held there because he did something, and you could pay to bail him out, you're just not.
Well, you see, it's rather difficult. I would not like to be associated with paying to free him. I'd like to keep it on the down low, as you say.
You'd rather be associated with us, a bunch of gun-toting mercenaries who are going to blow a hole in the wall and pull him out.
Yes, exactly. You understand my position. But it's rather difficult for you. See, Lazaro he's just minor insurance fraud, and so it's a decent amount of penny to or notes to free him.
So he's in the
way.
luxury part of the prison.
Well, he might not be in the high security part. He might just be there as a holding formality. Do you know, after we accept the deal, can you tell us where he is in the prison?
I do know some details about where he is. I do have his prisoner code and some of this information. Yes.
All right. And how much are you paying us up front?
It would be 2 notes up front, and then 4 each, 2 each, and then 4 each when you return with Lazaro.
That's low payment, but I guess we could do it. I mean, look at these other guys here.
You'll see, like, Mitherlin, like, looking over at, Dr. Lisk. Dr. Lisk is, like, holding up the contract and, like, whispering back, like, very quietly. Mitherlin nods and goes, "Oh, well, it is low payment, but, well, we're kind of short on cash anyway."
Well, would I be able to haggle him up?
You could.
That's why I was thinking we might want to haggle a bonus. So, we're professional mercenaries, which means we get haggling as default ability.
I am willing to assist you, because I do like that money too, honestly.
Yeah, so we're going to spend some time negotiating with the guy, saying, look, we know you could just pay a ransom or a bail and get him out. So the goal is that we want to raise our prices high enough so we're still cheaper than bailing him out, but not quite, you know.
But not so dirt cheap as we are right now.
Right. So it does sound like our mercenaries are leading the way. Which one of you two is going to make the main role?
Do you have negotiation?
I have D6 negotiation.
Okay. I should probably negotiate. I have a D6 and a D4.
All right. So I have I actually have better negotiation than the two of you then, because I have 2 D6s.
Well, then we should probably let this. Well, you brought your own entourage, so I'll assume you're a boss. I'll defer to you.
All right, so I'll roll my mind and negotiation and assist. Griffin.
Well, wait. Before we go any further, do you have haggling?
Yes.
No, I meant Griffin.
No.
Then I should lead. I actually have haggling and a bonus D12.
Okay.
You know, I didn't think I could put a price in human life, and then I became a mercenary.
All right, so I will be assisting you, and I almost terribly botched it. So it's time for me to go ahead and pick up a specialty, a favored use, for negotiation. And that is going to be haggling, I suppose, because that is exactly the thing we're doing.
Right, and not hostage negotiation or other uses.
And I believe I reroll one of those.
You
Am I
reroll
dealing
one.
with an underworld type?
If you have favorite use, you reroll 1/1. This guy's not underworld though. This is business. This is corporate.
All right. So I have gone from rolling 2 ones, which would have meant disaster, to rolling 1 success, which means that you will have the extra D8.
So that both of you contribute bonus D8. So we spent a lot of time negotiating, which may bore the other guys, but I'm trying to get us more money, better terms, better advances, anything, or more deals. Okay. So out of all of that, wow, I'll roll like ass.
So that's 1 success.
But I actually get to reroll 1/1 because my favorite thing to do is haggling over mercenary contracts. So that will actually be 2 successes.
All right, so you get 2 successes on haggling, and Ronnie the Blue he tries putting up some arguments for why he can't afford it and why it's you're robbing him blind, of course, but finally he says, I guess I could front more of the money. How about 4 notes each now, and then upon his upon him being returned to me alive, just 6 notes then, or no, 8 notes when if you return to him alive, when you return him
That's
to
like
me
a 20%
alive.
increase. Is everybody good with a 20% increase?
Yeah, we talked him up. I think this is fair.
Okay,
So 4 notes up front.
Now, so we need to get in and get out, and you already have a ship with a pickup already set to pick us up.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'll sign the contract. Is anyone else going to sign it?
I'll sign it.
I'll go ahead and sign the contract.
Press my Arfid ring on it. Beep.
I'll sign it.
All right, yeah, delightful. Then, he slides you like an informational card that's got his, at least it's got Lazaro Bombeo, and it's got his prisoner identification number on it. With that information, it seems to detail that he is in kind of a medium level security, not high level security, and nothing that's like manual labor, but he does appear to be held in about medium level security.
Yeah, no, Panopticon is an uninhabitable planet. That's why they picked it. So
1 second, I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back.
Okay. So they picked it. All right. Well, let's go ahead and pull our mind together to this 24. Okay, so I'm looking at our crew here, and we've got a weirdo. We got a floating alien head. We've got a person who specializes in a person who bought their own drilling tool, and who can sneak around. So you are prime extractor.
Oh yeah.
So we assume you can drill a hole. Griffin, you have an entourage of mercenaries.
That I do. In fact, I was thinking I could pick up a couple of gorillas and maybe a grenadier.
Right. Arcaloid, you're a heavy hitter.
Yes.
And who am I missing?
Yourself.
And myself. Well, I'm a close-in, low-profile person. So in theory, we could find out where 2 people here could infiltrate. What is her name? I gotta flip to the right way. Mimsy, do you have deceit?
I do.
Okay, so you can both disguise and sneak. So in theory, she and I could go in there, find the place, and once we find it, blow a hole in the wall and try to get him extracted. That would seem the most obvious plan to me, right?
That makes sense.
We have a 24-note advance here. Is there any gear do you think we should buy before we do this? I'm thinking explosives are probably a good bet.
Yeah, that sounds pretty like good preparation.
None of us are explosives experts, right?
No, we aren't. However, I can get one, which seems like the most prudent thing to do here.
You might be able to find one. And also, railguns can have specialty loads, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you're a good sniper.
I'd like to think so. 3d8, d6.
Yeah. And also inanimate walls are pretty easy to
Walls are
hit.
bitches.
So let's look. I want to look at the exotic ammo we can get for a magnetic weapon. Because I know magnetic weapons like yours, unipolar weapons, can use weird ammo.
Eli will be right back. We just had something come up.
Yeah, this gives me a minute to go and hunt down gifts, so this is good.
Okay.
Well, if I got armor piercing, I could shoot through walls.
Armor piercing is good to go through the wall, but it won't blow a hole in the wall. That's the problem. It actually does the opposite. It makes a tiny hole.
I've got
high explosive ammo?
High explosive. Yeah, high explosive would be high explosive would be beautiful.
Okay, they're 15 each, but they're also prescribed, so I can get them for 45% off because they're also expensive.
Right, so we could buy some, but we should leave the ship. So in other words, if we got some on the ship, we'd have to leave or pick it up outside. Okay, yeah, no, high explosive would be good. Now, basically, I think ideally is since a high explosive weapon, as you can see here, weakens something. Ideally, we could find the spot. If we can get him to a wall that's close, we could then weaken the wall using the drill, and then you could blow a hole in it, and we could leave.
I could blow a hole in it from a kilometer away, yeah.
Right. I mean, that's already sounding well because you could be on the getaway vehicle. It's a kilometer away, and but probably closer than that. And then basically we could blow a hole, have Griffin's team storm in while we extract. In other words, we get the prisoner to the extraction point, blow a hole in the wall, and then take him out. Most of Panopticon, my understanding is it's going to be a lot of prison surrounded by a bunch of uninhabitable wasteland. So that's what discourages people from escaping. There's nowhere to go. And we would somehow have to get the ship in past their defenses, which is going to be difficult. It might be as soon as the ship appears, unless he's got a very good stealth ship, as soon as it descends into their ionosphere, that's going to be detected. So that's why we want to get him to the extraction point and then get in and get out as quickly as possible. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay, so we could, in theory, so it costs us about 9 notes to get a high explosive round. Is there any? I guess we could get some other explosives because I'm thinking an improvised explosive device might not hurt.
We're gonna have 3 frags, 3 concussions, and 3 IEDs.
Yes,
Nice.
I also own some frag grenades, but if we're going to be going by the encumbrance rule, it says that a burden item, even a riot shield, weighs 20 kilograms, and I can't carry them.
Well, that and also we're gonna, if we're going to be in disguise inside the, we're gonna be disguised inside the prison. So if they have riot shields inside the prison, we can steal one of them. We won't be able to take our weird. We'll have to conceal our weird gear if we bring them inside the prison. That's not a problem for a ninja expert. But if I have to make do with other weapons that are less than ideal for me, I can survive.
Eli, now that you're back, I have my 3 regulars, and I'd like to say I'm going to go pick up 2 of the gorillas and a grenadier.
All right.
Because we're thinking of doing high explosives today, and I need someone who won't blow themselves up.
Now, so the planet of Panopticon does have a small district that it does allow visitors to visit, where you can land and where they do have business, and you can go to their administrative offices where visitors can go to. So you guys can land there as well. You don't have to just go in guns blazing. And he does have Ronnie the Blue says he does have a shuttle that there's other people on this ship as well that are going down to visit that area itself. A little bit of tourist sightseeing.
Sightseeing. And here, I suppose they might have a zoo section. I suppose the future is very barbaric.
So there is that. So if you wanted, if you unless you were planning something different, he can at least get you onto the planet where you can do whatever you'd like to do from there.
With a vehicle that has an IFF on it that can extract us. So in other words, he's bribed somebody to take us off the planet with a vehicle that won't immediately be recognized and shot down. Is that what I'm hearing?
That is what he has.
Okay, cool. But I was still thinking we might get him to if he's in medium security, we might get him to an extraction point and then blow a hole in the wall and then just pick up the vehicle and take off as fast as possible. That might be our best bet, considering our crew layout. So we were going to go ahead and hire the grenadier, and then we were going to go shopping for explosive ammo for the railgun, so we could use the railgun to blow a hole in the wall remotely.
Yeah. What are people picking up?
Well, that would cost us about 9 notes. This is a cavalcade, so it's like a giant aircraft carrier / merchant vehicle. So I'm sure somebody sells it. It's just a question of finding them. But yeah, high explosive payload for the railgun.
If you need us to roll to find a prescribed merchant dealer, then I can roll for that.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Roll for that. Roll to find, see if anyone is selling one of those. Yeah, you've got. Looks like there's 2 successes there. Yeah, you have found a fence.
Okay, so from our 24 note advance, we'll spend 9 of those on the explosive round because we get a discount because he's a criminal. Okay, in terms of radios, if you have an outfit that has a survey bonus, you have a radio on it. I have a survey bonus, so I can radio people.
I have purchased a radio on the side.
You have a radio on the side. What about our ninja?
Not for me. I just have the camo.
Okay, well then I'll have to be partnered with you. I'd have to be our contact outside.
Okay.
We could either change your outfit to have a radio, but I don't think you want that because I think you want to stay disguised. And because I'm wearing, like, if you look at my picture, I am wearing obvious like military gear.
Yeah,
My
I'm
hat
just
has an
hiding.
antenna on it. See the antenna? I love that. Okay, so and I'll probably be in disguise anyway. But that would be my suggestion. Would be that sort of plan of I guess you and I will have to get on the planet somehow and then infiltrate.
Yeah,
hmm
that's what it seems like.
Well, I suppose the way it's going to go is we'll go down to the visitor allowed section, do some preliminary scouting, see how close we can get, and then form a plan to strike from there. I do have my I do have my partner here, and if there's a computer system, maybe they can access it. Unless someone is actually good at that. And also, together we could probably spot out most things.
Accessing a computer system is academics. If I was going to guess that we were weak on anything, it would be academics.
Right. And Dr. Lisk here has at least that.
Oh, that's right. You're a doctor. We might not actually be weak in this category.
His assistant.
Yeah, Dr. Lisk will like hold up a finger, and go, doctor of chemistry
Well, don't forget.
and applied computing,
Well, I mean, but you know more about this
engineering.
than we do. And we can probably get you an assistant because I know Big Floating Head here doesn't talk a lot, but he brought a robot with him, and all robots get academics.
All robots are smart.
Well, if you want to hack into a computer surveillance system, a synth gets an advantage to do so, as they already speak it.
Exactly. So Dr. Lisk could probably help with that.
So,
Hey, we're doing well.
how many of you would like to ride down on the shuttle to the visitor section?
I think we all have to be on planet in the first place, so I guess we all have to be there, but most of us could probably stay on the ship, like the crew of gorillas that are heavily armed.
I do have a question now.
Yeah, ask away.
Who are we visiting? If we're gonna go on the shuttle right down there, they're gonna ask, all right, who are you here to visit?
Well, the visitor section isn't just visiting. It's also where you can buy insurance for yourself. You can buy insurance claims. You can also buy other people's insurance fraud. So it's just called an exchange of insurance, and it's actually how you buy someone who they have imprisoned.
I love it. It's welcome to the prison planet. Here you can buy insurance. What is this? Insurance that we won't imprison you.
Yes.
Wait.
They are an insurance company.
What?
So there are multiple spots that you can go down there and visit. There are also what you guys would also know is there also are third-party associates of the Panopticon Insurance Company that own small plots of land on Panopticon as well, where they rent space from that company as well. So.
Okay.
Also, to be the most obvious, even though they're called the insurance company, they also do offer bounties. So mercenaries showing up there to look at bounty boards to collect other bounties isn't that weird.
Okay.
No, it's, I think after we land, we need to find a weak link so we can kind of pretend to be... I have low profile, so I can pretend to be unimportant people. But if anyone confronts me and says, who are you, what's your operating number, that can reveal me. Whereas I think you've got deceit. So if you've got deceit, you can actually confront people and pretend to be someone who knows what they're doing.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So you guys all load onto the shuttle with all the other various folks that are trying to get down to the planet and see what they can, or maybe drop off a bounty or two. It's a short ride down to the planet, and from all the windows and view screens, the planet doesn't look very hospitable. It just looks like a iron rock, kind of like if the Death Star started selling condos. So you land at their spaceport and are you're sent through a small waiting room where people make sure that your weapons are still currently peacebound, and then you're let into a small, almost like lobby-like waiting room with several exits and a large view screen. And after several moments of kind of milling around, the group's kind of quiets, and the view screen has a giant board that says Panopticon Insurance Company. And it's a nice little jingle starts playing, and a uniformed human woman steps out from around the corner. It looks like into the same the video was taken in this same waiting room. And she steps out with a smile, and she says, "Hello, and welcome to Panopticon, home of the Panopticon Insurance Company. We're happy to receive you to our visitor district. Please refrain from violence for the duration of your stay, or you will find your stay much longer than anticipated. If you have come to visit our or an inhabitant, please visit the Panopticon Insurance Company Visitor Center. For all your insurance needs, please visit the Help Center. And for insurance disputes, or our Office of Customer Service is always happy to help. Transit stations located around the district can take you to any third-party associates of the Panopticon Insurance Company. Welcome and enjoy your stay." And then it blinks off. And at that point, all the doors start opening, and you're free to enter Panopticon.
Gee, positively delightful, isn't it?
Beautiful.
It is. You're seeing that there's a wide assortment of almost every race moving around. You're seeing uniforms from probably numerous mercenary companies, and you might even see a famous bounty hunter here and there. Everything is happening underground, but you see that everything has kind of been built out in long, almost like reverse skyscrapers with scaffolding connecting each one of the buildings, and long streets. Where would you guys like to go, or what would you like to do?
Okay, so
I should probably inform you as well of a goal that you guys have now received. You guys have a goal, which is retrieve Lazaro.
okay. Okay,
And
so
there's a bonus goal as well. If you guys would like to take it, you can, which is retrieve Lazaro using peaceful options. So
Oh,
a bonus
which is an
using peaceful
optional
options.
one.
So we don't get that if we blow a hole in the wall.
probably not.
Well, you might get it if you blow a hole in the wall, but if you start blowing holes in people, then you might not achieve that goal.
Anti-material is fine. Well, so I think our objective is we've got team infiltration, and we've got team Overwatch, who will be the team, I guess, in the shuttle. Does that sound right to everybody?
Right. Or I guess we're not exactly on the shuttle. We should find like a quiet place where we're gonna prep and probably unpeace bind everything.
You guys don't have access right now to the shuttle. He says he will he will pull up in their vehicle to pick you up.
I guess he gives us a call sign and a window of availability.
Yes, yeah. You guys have his. You've got maybe he gives you like a satellite phone, and if you hit it, it'll call directly to his the shuttle that they have.
There'd be two ways to do it. One way would be use their existing relays, which means we could be observed. The other one, when you say a satellite phone would be an actual kit. It would be like a big box, which we can carry. It's just a burden if we carry it.
Yeah, we'll say he's using the standard relays. That's how they're.
Which means we could be eavesdropped, so that's why we'll have to use a code word. So we'd have to assume it'd be hot. So that's why I was going to suggest that even though we can all go on the intel gathering, I said Team Overwatch would be, Team Infiltrate would be find him and get his location. Once we've got that, that's when we blow the hole in the wall and take him out hot with Team Overwatch. And also Team Overwatch could be monitoring communications and that sort of thing. That would be my suggestion, to split into two groups like that. Does anyone have another suggestion? Or...
Well, we're overlooking the most important factor in all of this. What is our call sign? Because that's going to determine the name of our group from now on.
Game host, you tell us what the call sign is.
He's open to suggestions. Ronnie the Blue, he's not very innovative.
Albatross, does that work for everyone?
It's not a bad thing.
It's just a bird, right?
It
You
means we
know-
glide along until we lose steam. It's fine. It's what
mission
always
name
happens.
the mission name is supposed to be like, not obvious. We could go with the culture and just say our call sign is after you, Garcon. I see what you did there. Theta.
Oh, did you get my culture reference? Was that what you were? Was that what you were saying?
Theta, tell us what our call sign is. You have 5 seconds.
Panopticon Book Club.
Okay, we're the
Love
Panopticon
it.
Book Club. So if we say book
All
club,
right.
we're leaving. Okay, good. That's what I was going to suggest. We could split it, and also remember we could also split some people up for Team Infiltrate because what kind of robot did you buy, Magic Floating Ed?
What kind of robot? It's a servant.
Okay, so servants have low profile, so he could come with us. If you want to send him with us.
I do not.
Okay, well that works.
So I'm currently Team Infiltrate is going to be Ezreal and Mimsy. Is that what I'm getting?
It
and
is.
Right, Ezreal, and then I was going to ask if anyone else wanted to go on Team Infiltrate.
Not exactly sure what my deceit plan is yet, but
I think our goal is to disguise ourselves as prison workers and then see how close we can, find him, find his cell, find an extraction point, and then tell everybody else we're going to do it.
all
I
right.
think that sounds good to you, or
Sounds good to me.
Well,
and you've got that giant drilling tool. So our plan would be to weaken the wall first, because his explosive charge will do more damage to a weakened wall than it would do to a solid wall.
Right.
Yeah, I'd offer to come with, but A, I'm already on another team, and B, I don't think a giant can really make good use of low profile.
So you're a giant carrying a railgun. I think.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Stay away.
I was going to ask if anyone else, we're infiltrators. Did you? Or also, don't forget, you guys have minions and that kind of stuff. So I guess you guys just are cool with that.
Yeah, my team is best suited for Team Overwatch, and I'm probably going to start on Peace Binding Weapons, like I said. That looks like it will take at least an hour per, because they are cheap and require only 1 success.
Okay.
Each.
I'm going to trust that our assassin here has the ability to hide their weapons. I'm just, you can go ahead and peace by my magnums, but somebody give me, do any of you guys have a spare holdout pistol I can use?
You can take mine.
All right,
So-
I'll take your holdout. I'll just go in with 2 holdout pistols.
Do
Those
I
are-
have? I don't think I have concealable this time. Do I?
But Mimsy, at the moment, you don't have any of your.
Oh yeah, I need to
scavenge weapons.
scrounge. I've got to scrounge.
Okay, well, so we'll go to the garbage dump and start looking for garbage.
You do have a bag that has garbage in it already, technically. You just go to the garbage dump to refill.
True.
Oh, okay, so you're already fully charged. You can go ahead and start seeing what garbage you have.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So that's like a mind.
yeah, in order to scrounge, you
Mind
have to
craft.
roll. Yeah, mind and craft versus 3. All right, and then your craft. So it looks like you had 1 success. So your mind was under a 3, and your legacy rolled a 1. So you've got 1 success, which means you can equip 1 affordable scrounge weapon, or anything cheaper than affordable.
Okay, so I'll go for the drill. Can I
Yeah, but
get?
it wouldn't be concealable.
It won't be
That's the-
concealable.
The downside.
Well, maybe I can deceit my way through that then.
Well, we could also try again. We could try going to steal some garbage and try again. The only disadvantage is we might get caught stealing garbage.
Just gotta steal garbage. Oh, all right.
Well, this is a prison planet, so stealing garbage, they might get suspicious. So, but we can still try it.
But
All right.
you're not a prisoner, so it's not necessarily going to immediately get you thrown into solitary. I think.
I'm a
And-
janitor.
Yep, and we've got some time to do that while they're unpeacebinding their weapons. Let's go find some disguises first and see how well they work then. So let's go steal some janitor outfits.
Yeah.
Now, the disadvantage of stealing a janitor outfit is we're going to have to take off our current outfits and put on janitor outfits.
That's true. So that
But-
that takes away my high.
Yeah, well, that's a question of, do you want to stay dressed like a ninja and just hide from people and just lean on your evasion, or do you want to dress like you work here?
Let me look at my skill.
Okay. I'm going to dress like I work here because that's my skill.
I'm gonna dress like I work here too.
All right. So
Yeah, I think your evasion is slightly better.
It is slightly better. That's true, but
Or no, they should actually be the same.
what?
You'll get a bonus from your camouflage.
Yeah, that's true.
But we would get a situational bonus for pretending that we work here if we're dressed like we work here.
Yeah, I think the janitor route is best because I can dig for some trash.
We need to steal some janitor outfits then. That's going to be tricky.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so I would suggest that what we might do is find where the janitor outfits are, and I'm going to invoke my Karen powers, if that's all right.
All right, so you guys,
Karen.
the Karen abilities.
I would like to assist your evasion by making a scene.
Okay, so you guys it's easy to find a location where there's one of the Panopticon Insurance Company's official buildings. You're seeing some where there's where they're selling insurance, where there's customer service, and after taking a little bit of time and scouting it out, you feel like you found the best building that you could provide both a distraction and try to sneak in and steal some outfits.
Right. So I guess what I'll do is I'll make a horrible mess.
All right.
Let's see. What skills do I have useful? Making a scene is not my best skill, but I'm going to try it anyway, because if I get caught, then I'll just get in trouble.
You're a little bit OCD, so you spill something, and then you're like, oh, shoot, I got to clean it up.
Well,
Yeah.
that's where I spill something or, crap, I'm going to look at my skill base here.
Got a phone call. Be right back.
Yeah, I was thinking sabotaging the alien toilet. Yay, you guys came for a great adventure, didn't you?
So essentially, you're sabotaging something janitorial. The janitorial staff will have to leave from one of the staff-only doors, and then you're going to sneak in and get to the supply closet.
Yeah, I'm not very good at this, so I'm going to try it anyway.
All right.
And I'm sneaking.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, I succeeded! That's a D8 bonus from me.
All right. So you're going to do your...
Back. Let's see. Men, women, Apomix, well, just pick a door. And I'll just sabotage it.
So you've sabotaged something dangerous enough that maybe it's a chemical spill even from biological waste that some alien race excretes, and it's rather dangerous for the linoleum that they have, and sure enough you see some of the janitorial staff running, oozing, climbing out in their traditional fashion. One of them is a large slug-like creature that they've done some genetic modification so it excretes soap. So he kind of he runs over everything, and the other person will scrape up all the goop after. And Lunella,
go ahead, rub your hands on me. I'll disinfect you. No, I'm good.
Let me slime you.
So I'll roll a what do I do? Evasion? Or are we He's on the floors. Oh my god.
Yeah, so this would be a evasion roll, correct? Yep. And then you add another D8 from Ezreal assisting you.
Is the character... I don't understand how the character sheet's supposed to work.
So the character sheet, the way it looks like it works is if you add dice to the right of your skills, it'll just roll flat those dice. And so if you want to roll any of your ability scores, you have to roll those separately. Some of the other sections are completely busted.
Yeah, the gear parts, like the weapons, are pretty...
Yeah,
I think the weapons are completely busted, but I think the skills are something that works.
All right, well, I'll just repeat. I think we should just be rolling dice and not worry about the sheet, but that's the last time I'll say that.
Whatever people are comfortable with. If you want to build your own, I know that Arcloid, you've built a bunch of templates. Whatever you feel like you'd like to do. I can interpret most rolls. So the D8 was from assisting, and then you rolled evasion. It looks like you've got 2 successes, and so you have managed to sneak back into the office chambers of of the Panopticon Insurance Company and snagged some janitorial outfits. How many would you like to snag?
2.
All right, so you snag 2 of them. All right, and then and you guys have succeeded in stealing those outfits.
Great. Can we change back here?
Yeah, we'll
You
find
can
a place
change.
to change.
Yeah.
All right.
So for unpiece binding your weapons, does that require any rolls at all?
It requires mind and craft. Does anybody in our party actually have craft?
I do.
Dr. Lisk does.
Okay. Now, one rule in the game is called the rote rule, which is if you have 2 dice in something, you can just say, look, you don't have to roll instead of rolling 2 dice, you just claim 1 success. Removing peace binding, because it's a cheap mod, only requires 1 success. So if you had mind and craft and you just took an hour to do it, you could just remove it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can take. So how many weapons are you on peace binding then? How long are you going to take doing that?
How many? Yeah, the question is how many
wait.
weapons do we have to unpeace bind?
Well, definitely the railgun.
Got the railgun.
Mhm.
What else do we have?
The Guerrilla Crew has their rifles, so that's 2. The Grenadier has his grenade launcher and 9 different grenades. I don't know if they are each individually peacebound.
Okay, well, yes, they are. They wouldn't let us bring them aboard the cavalcade if we weren't peacebound, unless. Well, actually, your regular guys might have actually stowed their weapons, so
Right.
we might have specifically hired guys for that. So that would be the railgun has to be on peacebound. Don't worry about my magnums. Just hold on to them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Rafferty. Does slaying damage work on inanimate objects?
In this set of rules, no. No, actually, slaying and weak does work in inanimate objects. It only doesn't work on them if it specifically says it doesn't.
Oh, good, because large bore turns your damage to slaying.
Right. No, in fact, it's specifically the anti-material weapon. Yep. So I remember I used to have a shotgun that was large bore that I specifically used as a breach. So yeah, you can do it.
All right. So at least in terms of unpeace binding for the irregular crew, that's at least half a day of work. Just going at regular pace, assuming that only Lisk is doing that for the crew.
That's why you might want to roll, because if you rolled 2, 3, or 4 successes, you could do it faster.
Right, so we could go ahead and do that and see how long it takes Lisk to do it, and I guess Lunella
you
is
guys have-
Mimsy helping.
That's what you're doing while we're doing our thing. So you're supposed to be doing
exactly.
what we're doing. Now, you could get some assistance. I'd like to point out the big floating head guy has a robot, and that robot has craft.
That is true. Hey, so will the robot go ahead and assist?
He's also a servant, which I believe gives him team player.
I believe so.
Alright, so if you want to rote, I'll just go ahead and add an extra D12 in.
Go for it.
Alright, so we're looking at hour 1.
2d6 plus 1d12.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the first hour takes. Am I reading this correctly? That the first hour will take an hour because you had 1 success.
Yep, he only has 1
Yeah.
success. He can only do 1 weapon.
All right.
Right. And I guess I'll ask, how many hours would you like me to roll? Or
How many weapons did you say that you were going to unpeace bind?
it looks like there's 9 grenades, the grenade launcher, and 2 rifles minimum.
Well,
So-
first, the railgun. The railgun's first.
Oh yeah, and our own weapons. I forgot about that.
Okay.
So the
I mean,
railgun goes first. And that's
So the
What's our-
railgun is done.
What's our window of time as specified by the contract?
They would prefer it. There's 2 windows. He can get it done by this evening, so you probably have about 12 hours to do it. Or he's got another window in 24 hours in the next morning. But
Well,
after that, it's done.
If we've got the outfits and no one suspects us because we stole the outfits and no one seems to know about that, and I'm guessing outfits are probably not a high priority crime. If you guys want to sit pretty, we could sit here for 8 hours in case something happens. There doesn't seem to be a lot of time pressure. Do you guys just want to sit here for 8 hours?
Yeah, we could do that.
And if
I mean-
you're also good at crafting, then we could technically unpeace bind these things maybe even faster.
When we come back with the outfits, we throw them. Now, the problem is that realistically, we'd have to get a place. So let's go find a motel and rent it. Can we find like a hotel space to rent?
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Okay. we'll go ahead and rent a suite. That would probably be like 2 notes. We still have 15 notes of the advance left, so we'll just take that out of it.
Okay.
Does it work for everybody?
Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
Okay, so we all pile in the room, and then we're all sitting there, put out the sign that says no maid service, and start unbinding all of these weapons.
That'll show them.
Well, the only thing is, this does look a little suspicious that if any of the Panopticon insurance people, because remember, they're insurance people, they might come by and say, we can't help but notice that you guys have a room filled with high explosives.
So Lunella, what does your craft roll look like? What kind of dice do you have?
I have a D6 and a D8.
Okay, that's really good. So if you'd like to roll a d6 and a d8, and then add an extra 2d12 as Dr. Lisk and the robot servant both assist you as team players, you will have a very good chance of just unbinding a lot of these very quickly.
Yeah, that's a rote success of 2, correct? And so you could just take, it would take, what, 6 hours, and you have all your weapons
Like that?
peace-bound?
Hey, that's like 4 of them right there, so we're
Nice.
5 weapons in now.
Yeah.
How many weapons did you have, Lunella?
I only have one, just one drill.
Alright, so that was like
But
10,
it's,
11,
but it's not
12...
peace-bound, because she
13,
built it
14.
here.
That's true.
And
Oh,
it's a
okay.
power tool, so
It's also a power
Power
tool. It's
tool.
not a weapon. It's a power tool.
Ah, I see. So it can't even.
So we're back down to 12 then. Okay, so we can do this pretty quickly. So basically we've spent 2 hours on this in total after the first one. Why not roll again and see how far we get?
Yeah.
Hour 3.
So another craft roll and 2d12.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So that's 5, 6, 7. Alright, so we're 7 weapons in and 3 hours in.
Nice.
Alright, so this is really just a matter of keep going until we finally succeed. So, we're not even going to be here a whole day at this rate, it seems.
No, not.
You're
not at
really
all.
good at your job, and then everyone helping you is also really smart.
Yeah, she's not the brightest.
That's okay, you have 2 very skilled helpers. So 7, 8, 9, 10. We're more or less there, I think.